Hello, Aku here again. Welcome to episode 15 of my Feed the Beast Ultimate Beginner's Guide. I've just made a couple more thallium ingots. I'm going to replace a sword that I lost the other day. Just wanted to do it on camera. I've been in the Hollow Hill. I just got a bit of iron, as you can see by there in this chest. Got some material, some iron, some gold, and I mined a bit of lapis. Lapis gives you quite a good bit of XP. I was looking at around level 27 anyway, so I just needed 3 levels. So yeah, thallium sword. I'm just going to enchant it, see what I get. Thought I'd do it on camera. So no repair this time. Just to show you what they're all about. Obviously, we'll start at the top. Sharpness adds more damage. That does damage to anything. Vorpal 2, you can cut the heads off things, and you can get like a large damage attack. Vorpal 3, you can cut the heads off players, but Vorpal 2, you can't. You need Vorpal 3 for that. Disjunction does more damage against Endermen. So that's quite useful for Enderman hunting, and knockback obviously knocks things back. So I've got a bit of a better sword there. Still not repair though. So what I could do now, which I think I'm going to do just for the sake of showing you, is what I could do now. I mentioned this today. What I could do if I wasn't happy with that, I'd need 2 more levels. But I could take an ingot out, put one back, and then it'd be an unenchanted sword again. And I could try enchanting it again. But that obviously works a lot better when you've got an XP grinder. As it is, I'll probably just use that and then make some more thallium ingots when I've got some more levels again. So in fact, I'll put that in my bag for now. I've got a thallium pickaxe in there that I need to enchant at some point as well. So we really do need to work on ways of getting fast XP a bit better. Next thing I'm going to do this episode is we've got our power going into there. You can see that's nearly full. That's quite cool. So we've got some EU power if we need it. This is the output, this dot. We can change that using our Omni wrench. Just shift click, is it? Oh no, shift click does it the opposite. So what I did there, I shift click the top, so that's put the power out the bottom now. Just a little click, just a single right click. That'll put the power at the top. Be careful though, if you click too hard, it'll pop the machine into your inventory, and then you'll lose all the power that's stored in it. So we don't want to do that. This is working nice. You see it's full at the minute. It keeps filling itself back up, so that's all working. Right, what we're going to do next is, we're not quite ready for the steam boiler yet. We're going to get into some Man Factory power generation in a minute, but there was a post on the forum that was quite useful, and it was regarding charcoal versus wood in a boiler. And we're making charcoal here. It's each one bit of wood gets us 1 bit of charcoal, and it costs 160 MJs to turn wood into charcoal. Is that charcoal? That's coal. There we go. 160 MJs to turn 1 wood into 1 charcoal, and that can produce 1.6k heat. See, it says there on the tooltip. Well, what we also can do is we can make a thing called a sawmill, which is also a thermal expansion machine. There you go, a sawmill. Now if we look at the recipes on there, so you can look at recipes by clicking that little arrow on most machines. It's got a lot of recipes, this, so we might not be able to find. What the hell am I done there? That's not one way at all. Sawmill. Okay, yeah, of course, that's a shaped crafting, idiot. I just clicked on the recipes for shaped crafting. What we need to do is find something that's from the sawmill, so let's just look for some. Oh, in fact, some sawdust there. Sawdust comes out of a sawmill. So now we can click on the recipes and we can see what you can make in a sawmill. But in fact, that's what we're looking for there. You can see 1 bit of wood, any type of wood, make 6 logs, and it only costs 80 MJ to make 6 logs. And 6 logs are only 3.3k heat each, as you can see there. But obviously, you add them 6 together, that's 1.8k. So we're actually getting more heat out of per log for half the energy use to process it. And we're getting this sawdust extra. Each one of them gets a sawdust. And sawdust, you can combine 8 of them into a compressed sawdust, and you can cook that and get a charcoal. So every 8 bits of wood with a little bit of power use, you get a free charcoal. So it's much better using a sawmill, bottom line. So I'm going to make a quick sawmill, and that's machine frame, reception coil, an iron axe, some wood and some copper. Okay, that's all pretty straightforward. Let's get these ingots out of there. and stick them in there and process that tin. So you can see we're building up some rich slag as well, so we can actually use that to get some extra ingots at some point. So I've just got myself a bit of iron there. I was quite low, so we're going to want 4 iron. So these are recipes you've seen me make before, so I'm going to do them real nice and quick. We want 2 of them, and we're going to want 4 glass. So that'll get us, press C and rotate that, that'll get us a machine frame, and then 2 redstone, and the gold gets us a reception coil. Now we want an iron wood axe. A wood axe is 3 bits of iron, and some sticks, which if you remember I carry in my bag there. Oh, we're actually quite low on sticks, I have to get some more. And let's just make a load of sticks right now. I've got 64 more sticks. Get back up there, wood. And put them in my bag for later. Yeah, one too many, always making a mess of stuff. So there's my axe that I needed. Machine frame, reception coil, 2 bits of copper, and I believe it was 2 planks. It might have been 2 bits of, it might have been 2 logs. I'll check planks first. And it was planks, excellent. So sawmill, so we can swap this machine over here. Let's oops, we need to bash that, don't we? At the minute, let's bash that. It's going to start spitting wood out at us. That's okay. And put a sawmill in its place. Set the configuration in from that side. That's cool. Out to that side. And we're going to want another out for this because we want somewhere for the sawdust to go. So what I'd like to do is put the sawdust straight into a furnace. So I'm probably going to have to change the wiring of this. I'm not actually going to do anything right now with this. I'm just, oops, turn it around. I'm not going to do anything right now with this. I just want to get it put down here just to show you. So we'll put that wood back in there. And the difference, of course, with this is you get 6 bits of wood from each log, whereas if I just craft it in my inventory, you get 4. So you get an extra 2 bits of wood each time. So it's that little bit extra that makes it worth doing it this way. Yeah. And it can also all be automated. Put that in there. So what I'm going to do probably is set up the furnace on top of here. No, that ain't going to work. What I need to do is actually get the sawdust that'll be produced into a fabricator, one of these things to craft. Oops, idiot. Make another one of these fabricators so I can auto-craft the sawdust into the compressed sawdust and then feed that into the powered furnace, and that'll also create them as well. So for now I can just dump that in there. Get back to that off camera and I'll show you it once I've made it all, because I don't want to dwell too long doing that. I want to get some new stuff. So the new stuff we're going to be making is, I mentioned it last episode, it's a thing called a bioreactor. And where are you? Bioreactor and a biogenerator. It's them 2 things we're going to make. Now, like I said before, I'm not sure how good the biofuel generator is. We may be better off feeding this biofuel we create into a liquid boiler. We'll see. We'll see what we create. So bioreactor is the first thing we need. 2 slime balls, 2 sugar, and a fermented spider eye. Fermented spider eye is sugar and a mushroom. That's all pretty easy. So sugar is just sugar cane, so we need 3 sugar cane. And a couple of slime balls. Something else we need to make with slime balls, of course, is a blast furnace for making steel. It's not the only way you can make steel, but I'm going to make it because it's a quite easy way of doing it once you've got it set up. So what was we doing here? We want some sugar. There we go. And then sugar, a mushroom, and a spider eye gets us a fermented spider eye. Sugar either side of there. One of our manufactory machine blocks. 3 bits of plastic. 2 slime balls gets us a bioreactor. Excellent. And all we need to do with this is feed it saplings, and that'll start producing biofuels. Let's just put that down for a second, have a look at it. So saplings go into it, and this works on its own. Actually, it just creates biofuel. Now there's 9 slots there 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. And what you can do with this is, if you feed it different types of organic stuff, then it will be a lot more efficient. So when we're at the point now, all we can really put into it is saplings. But once we've got various automated farms, we could put wheat seeds in, we could put flax seeds, we could put melon seeds, we could put saplings. You can put all kind of different things in, which requires some automation, so we'll have to do that one a bit more automated. But it all adds up, and it makes it a lot more efficient, so you can get a lot more biofuel out of it. For now, let's just see how this works. It's the first time I've used this as well, so I don't really know how it works. I'm just going to grab a stack of saplings, keep my eye on them. Creepers that seem to be everywhere. Don't like the look of you. I'll get rid of you. Pew! So you see this bow takes 3 shots, whereas that power 4 one that I had killed things in 1 or 2. Probably 1 with creepers. So if I just sling them in there, you see it's put the oak saplings in there, and it's created us over a bucket. That was a full stack. You can see how quick it does it as well. Pretty nice. So there's a buffer. That's it's working, and there's its efficiency there. So it's low efficiency because we only had 1 item in. There we go. We've got 4 buckets of biofuel from that stack. And we've got some in the buffer still. So it's a good source of biofuel. I should probably make a liquid boiler to sort that out. Let's see for now. Let's just test this because I want to see what it's like. Now I'm presuming I've made a cock up of that. I should have actually moved that. If I break that, I'm pretty sure it'll lose what's in there. Let's test that. Let's test it. I'm pretty sure that will have no liquid in it now. What I'm going to try and do, just to see if it works again, is I'm going to put that up there. And that's bound to be empty. Yep, that's empty. I kind of thought that was going to happen. It's worth a test. Biofuel generator. Let's make one of these as well. So furnace, 2 pistons, 2 blaze rods. We should have all of that. Blaze rods and pistons are quite easy to make. Once you make as many as I do. And cobble. We're going to need a furnace unless I've got one made. Let's have a look. Got no furnace in there, so I have to make another furnace. I need 8 more cobble putting aside for that. And some wood. So there's my 2 pistons. There's my furnace. Nice and quick. We've got our blaze rods from the blaze farm last time, if you remember. Now, another thing I need to do is to see if that feeds straight into there. And if it does, I want to see if that feeds straight into there as well. Should I set this up somewhere else? We'll leave it there for now. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'll probably, if this doesn't work right next to it, we've still got 5,000 of them, so we've got plenty to go at. I don't mind losing a bit just to try things out. So let's stick that in there again. You see, the efficiency is 80, so I think that means it's getting 80 MB per sapling, and that's going somewhere. So it looks like it's. Let's turn that off. To go into there, let's turn that off as well. Going somewhere, innit? If this energy cell's going up still, and it's not, but it's used all them. Let's try one more time. So yeah, that's only getting 80 MJ per sapling, whereas a forestry fermenter can get at the minute 800 per sapling. That's changing to 250. So let's see if where this is going. So that's used all them, and okay, so that's that confirmed then. So that is feeding straight into there, but it's not very efficient because we've only got one type of sapling going in. That's quite useful to know that. We could, because we're always going to get more saplings, and in my other world I've actually been throwing saplings away because I've got no use for them. So what we should probably do is make another couple of tesseracts, so we can... Nah, actually the better way would be to have that one tesseract taking saplings, taking everything from me. Should move that tesseract over here, and then, yeah, I don't have camera. I'm going to sort some plumbing out and make it so we can just burn all them saplings for now and create some power with it. And that'll give us the power to get this boiler up and running, and then we've got excess and blah 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 blah. So back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back and I'm outside. I've just moved the tesseract over here, so that's still just called wood, but now that should be taking everything. So when we get some stuff in here, when it gets to yellow is the unload. Yep. So it's just cutting that tree down, and I forgot which side it was. I thought it was going to unload at red, so I thought I was ready for you. So it's going to unload into there. There it goes, and then this is going to go all into there. Of course, that diamond pipe's still set, so that wood goes into the iron furnace there first. Now everything's getting sent that way, so I'm going to show you where that's going. I've not actually changed it in this end yet. I've moved the chest around. That was getting in the way a bit. All I've done for now is I've just put a chest there next to the tesseract. So there's stuff going in the chest. It's also going in there as well still. But the saplings and the apples and that, I'll just go in that chest until I work out exactly where I want this tesseract. Then I can have the tesseract feeding into the different deep storage units. There's the saplings one you see. I can have them feeding into these when I sort that out. So I'll be back in a bit again. I just wanted to show you how I've done the outside bit. So I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm back, and my base is all very messy. I don't normally do this inside a cave. I may at some point soon have to find a bit of flat land over there somewhere and actually make a purpose-built base, because it starts to get a bit busy in here, a bit messy, and it's blowing my mind a little bit. It's a little bit all over the place. So one thing I want to do next is I've started setting things up here. So the deep storage units are just either side of the tesseract under there. So as long as you set the right side, so in from the south, if you look, I'm facing south. So that's putting apples into that one. We're getting saplings into that one, and wood into that one. So that tesseract's just putting all three of them into the right places, because tesseracts are clever like that. Now I'm going to use a wooden pipe to get the saplings into the bioreactor, and we don't want to put an engine on there. Do you remember I made the redstone engine before? Well, I want to do something different. I want to do something a bit better than an engine, and I shouldn't have made them move that just yet. Should have to put that back for now. Let's just put that back there for now. Our little engine's working away there. I have to put power up from this. But a couple of things we need is, instead of having an engine on there, you can have a really awesome thing called an autarkic gate. Really, really useful thing. And it's like the iron gate we've already made, but it's like an advanced version. Let's have a look at it in here. Autarkic gate is there. And it takes one of the gates that we've already got, a thing called a pulsating chipset, and a thing called a redstone iron chipset. They're both pretty straightforward to make. Your iron chipset is a bit of iron. So we'll turn that recipe off, make that the active one. So I make two of them. And then the pulsating chipset is an ender pearl, one bit of redstone, and gets you two of them. So what that's going to do is going to give us four of them. So it's going to give us two of them, and that's going to give us two of them. So we're going to have two each of them. We've got one gate. I'm going to make another gate, so I need one more redstone in there. I've got things all over the floor at the minute. This is sometimes what I do as well. I have my crafting area, and then either side of it, I put chests in the floor, just so I've got my gems there, my ingots there, and then maybe have my blocks there, and my crafted items. Generally, this is like a blocks chest. That's the crafted items chest. That's kind of how I work things out. At some point soon, we're going to have to start upgrading these chests to bigger chests. But just for now, I'll leave them as wood, just for now. So that's not pulling power out there at all. So let's turn that round. So it's pulling power out of there. That should go blue now because it's getting full power. There we go. So that's starting to work on there. It's going to take a while. So I just wanted to show you that when it started up. And I'm also going to put one of them in there and put that onto red as well. So it should make all of these. We may end up with how it cycles through. We may end up with too many of them. So I'll leave that off for now. I'm going to end up making 2 autarkic gates. I want to replace the one on the engine out there, and I want at least one here. I'm actually going to need 3. I want one behind there as well. So while that's cooking, I want to show you what I've done down here. I've made another fabricator, the same as what's in the floor there, and I just typed in sawdust so I could use the question mark. Let's get rid of that, I'll show you. I typed in sawdust. We're going to be wanting to make compressed sawdust in there, so you press the question mark, puts that into the fabricator, and because this can be set to output downwards, that's going to output from this slot, which is going to be sawdust, directly into that fabricator, which is nice. I just left that wood there so you could actually see what was going on. I want to take that wooden block away now and cover that up with stone. Now I've got an aqueous accumulator under here, and it's not really doing anything because this is just making cobble, but it's under there in case I want to make stone as well. But I'll probably be moving that at some point as well. So this is all very, very temporary and messy and horrible, but we'll tidy it up at some point. So I want an autarkic gate down here. What that's done, that's fastened onto the fabricator that you cannot see. And I'll put a bit of pipe up here, and it's going to connect to the powered furnace. That's going to turn that compressed sawdust into charcoal. So the powered furnace is going to go there. Let's just get rid of this for now. That's going to pull out of there. There, make another redstone engine. I could borrow the redstone engine for now just to get it going. No, I've not made one, so we'll wait for this good stuff. So yeah, it's going to take quite a long time, so I'll probably cut the camera in a bit and come back when we actually can do something with that. Let's take them out of there. So what's going to happen here is this is going to end up going up there. That charcoal is going to go straight into there. So that still wants to be input from the east. So that's still correct. So this is going to make us, this powered furnace here is going to make input from the bottom, output to the side. That's correct. This is going to get the sawdust, the compressed sawdust that this produces. It's going to end up putting it into there. It's going to cook it into charcoal. It's going to add charcoal to our charcoal storage. We should have 1, 2, 3. Oh, we've used all our deep storage units. I could do with making another one of them. Either that or have something different for the apples, because we don't really need that many apples. Okay, for now I'm going to let this cook, and I'll be back in a bit once we've got all this ready. So see you in a bit. Okay, we're back, and I've got my redstone chipset, my pulsating chipset, and my gate in there. This is the second of each of them. That's just finished. I put something there, I wanted to show you I'm getting to the end, but there I go back in there. So I made a second gate, and you saw me making the chipsets. So that starts making an autarkic gate. One's just finished, so there we go. We've now got an autarkic gate. They're very clever. They're like they're an engine and a conditional system based in one, built into one. So what we've got here is we can now set a condition in here that what I'm going to do is space and inventory equals redstone signal on. No, sorry, that's wrong. Equals energy pulse there. So what should happen now is, as long as there's space in this inventory, it's getting used straight away because it's using it really quick. So that actually can't keep up. Let's just change that condition a sec. No, that's okay. So that's getting used. You see the buffer's getting used straight away. So that's just starting to feed that into there, and we're getting power created. Not much. I said it's not very efficient either. To show you how it can be more efficient, if you look at this, this is if you start putting in different types, let's just use them all real quick in it. See, it's up to 300 there because it's got 3 types of things in it. So if you can get to the point where you've got 9 things all getting fed into this, quite a complicated system, but it'll get your efficiency right up, so you'll get a lot more power. But for now, this will do us. This we're not doing much else with this saplings for now, and we'll always get more saplings because our tree farm's never going to stop. So we might as well use these to get a bit of power to get things on the go. So that's not going to actually catch up. So that could be set to anything. Just see all the different conditionals here. So redstone signal off, which means there's no lever on it. Now I'll just keep sending things into there. Now these are target gates, are conditional, so if we want to pump things slower and didn't want them to overflow, because that's a problem with buildcraft pipes, they can overflow everywhere, is we'd set a condition that looks at the inventories around it. So you could look at an inventory and say, if inventory full, turn the signal off. So then if this guy got full, it should read these two as full, because that's full and that's full, the ones that are touching it. So if that was set to full as well, so inventory full, no redstone signal. So because, no, sorry, yeah, that's, sorry. So items in inventory is space in inventory. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. So as long as there's space, that'll pulse. If it got full, there'd be no space, so that condition wouldn't be met anymore. So that'd turn off and it'd stop pulsing. So you wouldn't lose all your materials. So our target gates are very good for stuff like that. So we're getting a bit of a buffer there. We're getting some power. This should be built. This should be going up a bit. It's not going up very much, to be honest. It's this won't last us very long. It's going to burn through our saplings really quick, to be honest. But it's something to use the saplings for now. And I said later on, once we've got our various farms set up, a wheat farm, flax farm, we can work out a system that actually gets us a lot of fuel out of that. But for now, it's all good. Let's move on to this then. So look at that. That's filled up pretty quick. I changed this around a little bit. The sawmill wasn't ejecting into the fabricator, so what I've done is, if you look under there, I've put a chest under there. So, what's the easiest way of doing this actually is, I'm going to cheat my portal gun again, and just for now, I'm just going to move that out of the way. And I'm going to put that just there. Love portal guns, really useful. So I've put a chest under there. We can't get into that because it's got a thing on top of it, but the sawdust is getting put into the chest. Fabricators can pull from an adjacent chest, so that's just pulling the sawdust from that adjacent chest into here, and it's making it into compressed sawdust. And once we get another autarkic gate on there, we can pump them into the powered furnace. That'll make us some charcoal, put charcoal in there. This is filled up really quick. This makes me think that the speed that can process wood can probably sort this out. So I'm going to risk. I'm going to see how quickly this uses wood up. A boiler can also pull from an adjacent chest like a fabricator. So if I put that there, it's just going to start pulling wood. Look. So let's see how quick it burns through this wood. It's going to burn through it really quick, I think. Yeah, look at that. It's burning through it a lot quicker than we'd like it to be honest. So see, this is starting to heat up, 22 degrees. It's really inefficient, so it gets to a really high temperature. It's not that bad. Of course, we'd need this next to this. We'd have to change the system around a bit if we wanted to do that. But I'm not fully confident that'll heat all the way up yet. So for now, I'm not going to do that. We've just wasted a bit of wood, but it's okay. We'll get more. We'll get more. So for now, I'm not going to actually. Oops. Oh well, there goes my. There goes my quick way down to the basement. I'll take them back out of there for now and put them back in there. So we'll just used a quick 3 stacks of wood there, and you see it got us up to 26 degrees. You start producing steam when you get up to 100 degrees. This, if it's the same as liquid, it'll go to 1000. So you need a hell of a lot of wood to get going. We're going to need another deep storage unit, let it run for a couple of days, get a hell of a lot of wood into there. But we have got a hell of a lot of wood to process. So that's like see, every log, every wood is 6 logs. So we've got 60,000 logs to go at. Planks, sorry. Every log is 6 planks. So if you look like that, 10,000 by 6, we've got 60,000 planks we can use. So as long as we keep up, that's the key, is making sure we've got enough to keep up. So for that, it's nice to have a good amount to start off with, to start getting that guy up to temperature. Looks like our gate's finished. It is excellent. So I'm going to stick that on there. I'm going to set it to items in inventory. No, I'm not. I'm just going to set this to run all the time, actually, because there's nothing stopping this running all the time. Redstone signal off. Energy pulsar, that'll run all the time. What that's going to start doing is these can't pull from the top either by the look of it. Okay, so the top of a fabricator is not usable. That's for a spanner in the works, if I'm being honest. What I'm going to have to do is put it on the side and use some pipes to bring it back to the top of there, which is not ideal. And let's see if I can do that. I might have to move all this around because of that. Yeah, it looks like you cannot pump it in or out of the top face of a fabricator, it seems. So let's see if that pumps back into the fabricator. We don't want it to. We might have to use a diamond gate. This is not ideal, but let's see how it goes. It's not a diamond gate, a diamond pipe there, so it makes sure they're going to the right place. Oh, no, they're all going to the right place. So you can't pump in the top of there, that's good. The back of that set to neutral, so that's good. So that actually works, that's okay. I can live with that. Put our stone back. What that's doing is putting them into there. They'll turn them into charcoal. And let's put our chest back. Okay, that's going to put... we don't want that. We don't want that. We have to sort of wear... Right. Making a mess of things. We put that there. Oops. We definitely don't want it there. Oh, I've connected it with that now as well. You fool. You'll stay there, out of the way, you. Problem is, if we put it there, this pipe's going to connect. And we don't want it to. So I have to change that for a diamond pipe. So it's useful. You can. There's always a way. Yeah, we don't actually have a diamond pipe. I'm going to show you a different pipe. There's a thing called an iron pipe. So let's use 2 of our bits of iron. I don't think I've made an iron pipe yet. If I have made an iron pipe, we're going to end up making some more, because I'm pretty sure I haven't. So what I've got here is an iron pipe. What you can do with an iron pipe is it's a one-way pipe. So if we swap that there, and just for this, nah, it's okay. That's okay. Just for the sake of it, we'll put that there. You can see the bottom one's got like a hollow and then to not hollow. Well, if you wrench it, it changes that, and that's a one-way pipe. So anything that comes through here can only go that way now. So now we can safely put the chest next to this face, and nothing will come into this chest because everything that goes through that wooden pipe can only go that way. Hope that makes sense. So iron pipes, very useful for making one-way systems, making sure things don't connect. So see, that's connected, but things won't magically pump out of here, so that's okay. And things coming that way can only pump towards that gold pipe, so that's okay. So that keeps everything nice and tidy. Let's just turn that round to face us. There we go. So not got a lot done. You've seen our target gates, very useful. If you really want to learn to love them, they really are good. We made some power, although it's not ideal, but it's getting us power. It's better than no power at the minute. I say we'll make this more efficient one day, but just for now, it's nice to see how this thing works. It's only getting us 80 MJ per sapling, which is not very much at all. We'd get a lot more if we was using a forestry tree farm, but they take a lot more setting up. So for now, it's okay. We'll just use them. Like I say, we'll always get more of them back. Get us a bit of power. It should get us some wood. We need to make this a bit bigger, I think, so we can start getting more wood stored. I'll have to make a bigger chest. I'll do that just before I go. Let's make a big chest. Let's make... I want 8 iron. I want 8 gold. And I'm going to use some more gold just to show you how to make the really nice big chest. I'm going to want some glass. I want 14 glass, I think. What we can do, if we grab a chest, put them pipes in there, grab a chest. We kind of need to have a good amount of wood saved up in there, so let's do this. Put iron around a wooden chest, you get an iron chest. Put gold around an iron chest, you get a gold chest. Now I'm just going to use aluminium stone. We want a couple of diamonds. There's 2 diamonds and some glass around the gold chest. Gets us what's called a diamond chest. Now that's as big as it can go, but for a bit more glass. This doesn't make it any bigger, but for a bit more glass it makes it a crystal chest that you can see through. Looks nice. What we can do is let's shift that guy. Just put in there. Put that crystal chest there. And look at that massive chest. So we can fit loads of wood in there. Once we've got that full, I'm going to try and heat the boiler up, see how it heats up. We can also use this. We can start pumping this in at the same time, so it can use all that. So all we need to do is shift control left click. Gets you everything out of a chest. Doesn't work every time, as you saw then. But shift control left click puts everything into a chest. That's a quick way of moving things as well. I also think you can do space click. Yep, space click gets everything out. Which I think it was Connie told me that the other day. Oops, and then space clicks put everything in there. Not that I wanted everything in there, so let's take a few things back. So we've got some wood in there. When that's full, hopefully tomorrow, if I stay logged in, so the well stays loaded, we can start the boiler up. Right, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope I taught you something. I hope it was useful. I hope it wasn't just me babbling and not teaching anyone anything. I hope it's enjoyable as well, and as always, I hope you join me next time. Thank you very much for any likes, favourites, subs, all stuff like that. Very much appreciated, and I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye. Back again, just for a little while. I came out here and wood was going on the floor, so that system wasn't working. I didn't want to leave it like that in case you copied my system and lost a lot of your resources, so I just changed it around a little bit. I just wanted to show you that before I go. I put the tesseracts down there, set the same, disabled, receive only, wood. It's called wood, but it's just tree. It should be called tree farm really. I've got a diamond pipe. A diamond pipe there is yellow is apples, white. I need the interface. What side's that? That's what we face. East, so west. So that should be west input. There we go. I should put apples in there now. Green is my wood. So wood input from the bottom. Saplings input from the bottom. So that's all working now. Just wanted to show you that. White, yep. So that's a lot safer than it was. It just didn't seem to work in the way it was. So just so you know, if you're going to copy it this way, not the way it was. Okay, cheers. Bye.